before we adjourn? Just to clarify on what people are doing. So, I mean, we have an idea of our timeline, but we need to, I guess we should, that should be written out to discuss, like have a tentative timeline that we can discuss at our next meeting. And then the goal, I mean, are we gonna discuss that more, or do we just say 1.7 million?
No, you need to pick that. So we need to have a time frame, goal.
Right, so what do we need, what information do we need in order to say what the goal is?
Pick one. I mean, I don't think we
I
need
think it's
anything.
pretty arbitrary.
Okay.
Yeah.
What you want to
What
set.
you think we can
what
do.
you think you can
Exactly.
What we can
reasonably do,
exceed.
you know.
Yeah.
Don't go over 2 and don't go under 1 is my recommendation. Make it big, try to.
Well, 1.7 happened to be the number that Dr. Radigan picked. that got us into
That's a
whole lot of
famous
trouble.
number.
1.7 works for me. But the thing is, you need to pick a goal, then we need to have a review, what do you call it, advertising.
Right, so we have the questions about how much money those other school districts are bringing in, so who's going to look into that?
I'll get in touch with Penn.
And that's advertising in schools.
Well, in schools or at the stadium, at the pool, whatever they do, they're advertising.
Right.
at their stadium?
Because this is, we're starting with the stadium, but we're not ending here, so the thing
No.
is,
It's not, right.
so the issue is we need to find out these things anyway, because even if it
So it's a
doesn't
stepping
affect the
stone to the
stadium, and we said we're not
It
stopping.
doesn't matter.
Okay, so-
Vendors should be their own category, in my opinion, if you're looking for like categories. Everybody that we buy stuff from, they should be out, they should be right
Right.
on the list.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
We buy a lot, how much,
If we have a list, of things like that there, we should be hitting them up, you know, for that. You know, sorry, paver's too small for you, you need to do like a section. Bleachers. So we'll look
All
at
right,
that.
so
got a
you're
local
gonna check
paper
on
company, they make
Penn's.
them right in Stoddard.
All right, North Penn, we need to find out how much money they're raising each year.
North Penn, see if it's, they raised 30, we'll follow up, see what they raise the next year. Pennsbury,
Okay.
Joe, you have that, you have Pennsbury?
I have a contact there.
I'll do North Penn, 'cause I know Kathy has a contact.
Okay, and then Upper Dublin, right, was the other one you talked about?
That's all that I'm after.
So who can contact Upper Dublin?
I can.
Okay. And did you say Parkland does advertising?
Parkland does this, yes, I know the person too.
Okay, so you'll do Parkland. Okay.
Any contacts we had at service clubs who volunteered to do something like was it the Lions that you said?
Lions, yeah, that's,
I have a contact, was that
all
was
the
Rotary?
roads. That's Rotary.
Rotary, okay, and I think we should, as early as we can, get those folks thinking about what they're willing to do.
Okay, well,
All the service clubs, I think we ought to try to contact.
okay, well, so what we could do is we could invite other people, we could invite people to our next meeting. Invite more people.
International Harvester.
Those are the people that we're gonna invite for that kickoff.
Talk about that
That's
one.
what we want to invite to that.
We've never given them any business.
Right.
We've never
Right.
given
Do we
them
want to
any
invite
business
anybody
to
else
speak
to our
of.
next meeting?
That one?
No, because the thing is, I don't want somebody here that works and say, well, you know, that's gonna be too much for us
Yeah,
to
we're
raise.
paying
You need
for
to
that
say
to
your
be
prices
out.
first.
Okay.
I think we
Alright.
need one more time.
Scandal or the
Yeah.
start.
Right, all right, so I would like to know,
Does that
you
affect
know,
us?
what's the,
Have some kind of feedback. on what-
if we could start gathering information about the cost of putting putting a name on a seat or putting in a paver.
That's what we wanna do next time, right? We'll get some estimates from that.
Right, so can you get some estimates about
Favors and plaques?
flavors, plaques,
Sure.
on bleachers,
Yeah.
you know, and I guess the bleacher company can tell you maybe like how people do it at other schools
I thought
on
you wanted
those
a
type of
number.
bleachers.
We'll list all those things and whatever price Jeff or anybody else can offer, you know, we'll try to get that at least,
Because
you know,
that's,
suggested price.
Yeah,
We'll
you
give
know, is a
suggested
paper
price.
better than trying to actually put something on the bleacher seats?
right, or like maybe it costs $50 actually to get the paver and install it
And you
and
may
get their
decide
name
that-
engraved on it, and you might say, that's too much money, let's just put them all on a wall, whatever, you know, so we need some cost
You may say
estimates.
it's $300 for a paver and it's $300 for a seat, let's go for seats.
Mhm.
I mean, but we'll bring it back to you, and then you can make that decision, because at the end of that, you ought to have, you know, get close to narrowing down what you want to have out there, and I think we should meet one more time beyond that before you take something to the board,
Right,
so at least
Okay.
you can finalize things.
all right, so Jeff, you'll get cost estimates for
Plaques,
pavers,
favors,
the
seat
seats,
costs.
yeah, right, if we had plaques like by the
You're
concession
gonna work with me to
hall.
put down this list there, so I wrote down as much as I could for this, and if you think of things we wanna look at, just send it to me, because it doesn't hurt to have more, and then you can say, no, not a good idea, you know, good idea, we'll keep them, but let's work.
Could you make a budget for the, like, what you think fundraising campaign would cost. I guess it won't be, that's still gonna be very tentative, because once we won't really, we'll have to adjust it when we say, okay, this is how many letters we're gonna mail. And
Yeah, I don't know, they advertise this on their website, the question, how did they, beyond that, advertise theirs, and how, even the other schools?
Yeah, this is on Upper Dublin's website, so
Yeah,
well, we would want to hand that out in a campaign and have it available at events at the stadium. You'd want to have to be able to hand out for the first game, so people know that.
You need a name for the campaign.
Okay.
Pennridge
We can-
Brown, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, everybody can think about that, and we can discuss that at the next.
Does
meeting.
Dr. Radigan meet with, Dr. Kish met with business leaders once a quarter or something like that, but the CEO of Grandview was there and others. Is Dr. Radigan doing any of that? Because I think those folks that are already showing interest in the school would certainly be somebody we should be talking to. I don't know if that's.
So, Mark Horton from
Mark
Grandview?
Horton, I was just gonna say Mark
They
Horton
meet for
from
Grandview.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good friend of ours.
Several of his children are in school now, yeah. Mark was at the community center.
Right.
And
A list of groups that we would contact, do we want to just do that at the next meeting, or just have somebody?
Next
generate
meeting, we
that?
should, that's
For the
one of our
kickoff.
things.
Well, just all the different
Yeah.
groups we can contact,
For
the
this kickoff.
businesses, for every, we'll
Green
go,
Jackets,
kick
I
off
mean,
and-
those guys.
Why don't we bring
That's
those
your-
names to the next meeting?
Yeah.
so we'll
Yeah.
have-
everybody
Yeah.
can bring.
Oh,
Yeah, and if you bring jackets, then, you have all
Yeah,
their
email addresses.
sponsors
Sure.
that,
Right.
you have all that to tap into.
Because that'll be
And
a
yellow.
bit of kind of help us gel in what we're,
Right.
Deep run.
how we're gonna shape it.
And all these other sports that use this.
Do we have, does the district have the addresses of all the alumni or email addresses, what do we have?
We have, the last time that Harris Connect did their alumni directory, we have data from there, but that's about 5 years old.
Okay,
They should be doing it again this fall.
Yeah, every 5
I think it's every 5, so.
But I
No,
would
we
think
should-
that like that
that should
too,
be
if you could get in touch with class presidents and that, they probably can reach out to a lot of people through Facebook and all of that type of thing.
Social
There's so
media.
much more
well, we can
beyond
also, that's another
just
thing, a
what we
social
have.
media campaign, I just
Yeah.
saw that whole
Yeah.
ALS Ice
Yeah.
Bucket Challenge thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting,
Maybe we need.
I saw on one news station, they said they'd raised, they had one number, like 25 million, and another news station said they had raised like $4 million. But it's way beyond what they raised
Yeah.
last year, so, I mean, but you always have to think of the new thing to get, otherwise, it's now that's old, so.
All right.
So a social media campaign. So everyone can bring a list of ideas for contacts and what we can do, and that can help us.
Class officers is a really good idea.
Yeah.
I think that's really, we're having the 55th reunion of Amber High School that doesn't even exist anymore at my house on September 13th. And the whole class has been, we've gone out getting, and we're gonna have 40 or 50 people out of a class of 120. A lot are deceased, unfortunately.
Yeah, but Facebook, it's
Well, I mean, that's how we found these.
so much, it's,
We got people, one guy coming from Guam, from Mississippi, they're coming from all over the place.
Is this a high school reunion or?
Amber High School doesn't exist anymore. This was pre-Wissahickon. And like I said, we got people coming from all over the country for high school reunions. People care, it's not just, it's not charity, it's people care.
it's a connection.
It is.
It's a connection.
They help make me who I am, you know, back here. Special.
Anything else?
I think we're good. What can, if people don't have a job, a specific job,
I'll get some of mine.
I know, because what can we, I guess thinking about just, the list of people we can contact, or if you, other people, I guess we could ask to help, if there's specific, we might want to get people, like somebody from each graduating class to write, it doesn't necessarily have to be the class president, somebody who's still in the area involved, to write
Maybe a
the
football
personal
player.
letter,
Maybe we have ideas.
yeah, I was just gonna say sort of be like one of the captains of the campaign or something, yeah.
You know, if we're bringing names in 2 weeks, maybe we should start bringing people that might want, you know, we can reach out to, show-offs, some of the contractors, showers.
Our energy brokers,
What's that?
our energy brokers, how much money do they make
Oh,
out of our
absolutely,
account
yeah.
every year?
Right?
How about,
They should kick in about $250,000.
Yeah,
Some of the local
see how much
guys
that
that
was
may put signs
how
on
much
they made?
contractors.
Yeah.
First
You see that?
savings, Joe, first
They
savings.
should be first on the list, by the way.
Yeah, exactly, they can afford it.
Okay,
Say,
so
because
a list of
unless there's the only
potential
energy
donors.
broker in the world.
Donors,
Yeah,
And then a list of
potential partners,
okay,
campaign
yeah.
partners.
That's a big one, Bill, that's a good idea.
So everybody can work on that list. That's good, potential partners, like to work with us, reaching out and potential donors. Yeah,
Start
But
getting
there's
those-
vice president, we don't even
Right,
have a
right,
president,
right,
he's the
right.
vice president.
pigeons?
Or you can go down to Pennridge Little League and just look who's on the fence there.
Yeah,
There's a
absolutely.
little fence there.
Just
Yeah,
needs
it's
to-
already right
It's a
up
Pennridge
there.
poultry.
I know.
There's 30 names right there.
And if you don't give your
And then,
chickens,
Jeff,
makes
you
you
know-
Pennridge poultry.
Jeff, are you gonna wait to talk to your,
That's my question,
Yeah.
like legally, so maybe here. Can I talk to these
Do you
guys?
want us to ask the
Is there
attorney?
any problem with asking? I mean, you're not gonna get any money. I don't think there's any problem with asking. And look, this is a possibility. We're considering. Would you be interested in doing this? I can't imagine we could legally get in trouble with
Who's
that.
the chair of this, Mrs. Yardley's the chair of this committee?
yeah, well, we had Sue, it's two of
You
us.
guys should just call Rob Cox up, it's a legitimate question, just say, here's what we're doing.
Let them check.
Okay.
We'll
Just to
check
be
with
safe.
Rob
And then
and
email
find
me
out.
or whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
They can get back to you in a day or two.
Okay.
Dollar amount, you have to think,
Do you
say
want me to
we're
call
talking about
Ron
this, are you
Cox?
interested? All you're doing is seeing if they're interested. But you need, we all need the brochure before you go out and start doing it.
Right, but,
There's
Yeah, I
two
was
of
gonna
them.
say, Rob's on our list,
yeah, but
right?
if you're gonna get people interested, you
Sure,
Sure.
all those lawyers are.
Get him off for a month.
Absolutely.
Every one of those law firms should better have a sign up there. They
Oh,
don't
and I
have,
guess-
you won't have any room left.
They just let us know that you donated.
okay.
If you defended us, go up there, if you've taken money from us. we're-
Yeah, put them on the defense end.
How many do we have now? 20?
Yeah, put them on the defense end.
Anything else?
All right, no, I think that's,
What makes it funny is true.
I think that's
Okay,
good,
I think
so,
we're good.
I know, I hear you.
yeah, so I made
27.
a list of what we're
27th at
doing.
7:30.
Right.
I think that's good, and then we'll meet again on, Wednesday, the 27th. Yeah.
All right.
All right, did
Thank
you
you.
have any comments,
I was
questions?
just gonna say, questions, comments?
Okay.
No?
Not tonight.
No.
All right, then.
She's saving them.
Yeah, wait for the press to get here.
Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Are we adjourned?
Thank you.
Yep, we are.